All right, we're finna lock in 7 minutes. Let's get it. See if it works.
A lot has changed. The world isn't the same as it used to be, but not exactly in a good way. Everything became gray and pretty much colorless. But so did we. Somewhere along the way, we collectively lost a bit of spark. And if you're honest with yourself, you probably feel it too. Every new year rolls around, and we always hear the same thing. Next,
See, I know this like the beginning of the video, but like I feel like this is I know it's like, oh, not me, but I don't know. I feel like after COVID, I was graduating college, so my life was starting. So I might have been unsure or anxious about what was coming next because football was over and I had to get a real job and I wouldn't be sheltered under college anymore. So like if anything, I was more anxious than I was, or yeah, because I wasn't scared, but more anxious to like what's coming next and feeling like everything was great. Because me personally, I don't know about y'all, but I didn't mind staying in the crib. Like I'm a homebody, so I know like everybody, I'm a homebody introvert, but yeah, like I like staying in the crib, was on the game, watched a ton of TV. It was boring sometimes, yeah, but like it got to a point during the panorama that just you could go outside and interact with people. I still have my friends. I could talk to them, see my family, all of that. So I mean, outside of that, like me personally, again, this is a personal testimony. I don't feel like everything was great. Was it sad at times? Yeah, but I don't think overall. I think I'm overall like a pretty positive guy.
next year will be my year for real. Except it wasn't. Not in 2023, not in 2024, and it won't be in 2025 either, unless you force it to be. So spare me a bit of your time, and I'll force you to
I
lock in
bet.
for 2025. But just a quick disclaimer, I'm not here to motivate you. Motivation is a sugar rush, and I'm obviously not selling candy. I'm here to give you the tools, perspective, and kick in the teeth you need to make this
Bet.
your actual year. Like for real. Now, I'm not going to be too hard on you. I know you've been trying, or at least you think you have. Maybe you started a bulking plan, but quit after 2 weeks because life got busy. Or you set goals, but they were vague enough to be ignored, like, I want to be better. Better at what? Breathing? You've been doing that since birth. See, trying isn't enough if you're half assing it. You're not failing because life is unfair, even though, yeah, it is. You're failing because you're waiting for life to miraculously align itself around your vibes, but it won't. You're the one who's got to align themselves with their goals. And to align yourself, you'll need to start where it matters most: your time. You're probably used to saying, I don't have time. That's funny because you had time to scroll TikTok for 3 hours yesterday. You had time to rewatch the same show for the fourth time because it's absolute cinema. You had time to stare at the ceiling thinking about how you have no time. Did you see it? You have time. You're
Yeah,
just
and I'm gonna say this is gonna be the first one where I relate to because full time job. I'm doing YouTube on the side, TikTok on the side, and I know I got like an hour to sit, make a reaction, do an edit, shoot some content, record myself, post. And it's just days I don't do it. And I'll chalk it up to, I had a long day. I think I'm tired. I went to the gym. I did everything I wanted to. Like, and then content is like it's important to me. Like I like doing content, but it's like, dang, like I make that excuse telling I'm tired. I want to go to sleep. Like I don't want to make that reaction. I don't want to react to this 7 minute video. That'll take me like 20 minutes. I don't want to edit and do all of that stuff. And it's really just a want to thing and a motivation thing. Not saying I haven't been consistent. I mean, I've been pushing the shorts out a little bit more, but a lot a bit more. But the long form content has been lacking. And I could attribute it to like scrolling because it's comfortable, right? Like you don't have to think about it. You can just sit there, scroll, play on your phone, whether it's you scrolling or watching TV. But yeah, I fall victim to probably scrolling the most just because it's like slow effort, slow energy when I could be spending one of those hours starting the process of making some content. So victim here to that. He caught me right there.
you're just bad at using it. If we do the math, you have 24 hours in a day. Let's say you sleep for 8 hours, if you're lucky, work or college for up to 8 as well, and spend 2 hours eating and existing. That leaves 6 hours. Now ask yourself, what am I doing with them? If you can't answer that without stuttering, you found your problem. Look, we live in an era where you can learn literally anything for free or close to it. Feel like starting a business? There are tutorials, templates, and even AI tools that'll practically walk you through the process. Getting fit or shredded? There are apps, YouTube channels, and communities that'll keep you accountable. Learning a new skill? Platforms like Coursera, Skillshare, or even TikTok, if you're following the right creators, have you covered. So why are you using your phone to scroll aimlessly instead of using it to level up or clicking that subscribe button below this video? Technology isn't the enemy here. You are. Your phone is a tool, but if you treat it like a toy, it'll treat you like a joke. But even then, tools are just tools. They're still pretty useless without a plan. Which brings us to my next point, systems. Saying, I want to save money is cute, but what's your plan? Are you tracking expenses? Automating savings? Or are you just hoping your bank account will surprise you like a physics exam on Monday? The same goes for fitness, learning, relationships, everything. Goals are basically useless without systems. Systems are what make you show up on the days you don't feel like it. They're the boring routines that actually get results. They're the meal preps, the study schedules, the workout plans. They're what separate the people who achieve from the people who talk about achieving. And while we're at it, let's quickly address the ugly grind and why you should embrace it. Most of what will make you successful is not exciting. It's boring. It's repetitive. It's waking up early to work out when you'd rather sleep. It's saying no to plans so you can study. It's putting in effort when no one's clapping for you. The grind isn't supposed to feel good. It's supposed to feel necessary. And the sooner you stop expecting every step to be fun, the sooner you'll start seeing results. Of course, the grind doesn't have to be the good old-fashioned way. Times changed.
I'm
You need to
stopping
be
right
aware.
there because I don't mind. I don't mind the process. I think like if you younger, I'll say like you just turned 20, you 18, you just left high school, you're about to go to college, stuff like that. Even if you in high school, like you want the instant gratification. And I found with working out taught me this lesson, oddly enough, because that's the grind, right? You got to do everything right to get your result. But I'll say that taught me about content, and something I'm still struggling with is okay, I could have a video do 2,000 views like that. And then I try and compare myself and steal my joy by comparing myself to somebody else who's in the same like genre as me, or have that viral video and the next video I post only gets 1,000 views. Or when I just got 10,000 likes, I just got 10,000 views, and I barely cracked 5,000 views, like that dopamine hit that you get. And I gotta like push it away and not watch the views and just post and stay in people's face. Just stay in their face and keep posting, because it's eventually gonna work. It's gonna pay off. You're gonna get better. Because when I first started like creating content, it was tough because it would take me so long to edit. It would take me so long to try and think about an idea. It would take me so long to get comfortable talking in front of a camera. I still struggle with like trying to get a point out when I'm just creating like a regular video. And I found like ways and techniques to make it a little bit easier for myself. But dang, like it's this is the part of that grind, and like most of this stuff is gonna focus around content for me, because I feel like I got a handle on pretty much everything else. Content is just like the newest thing in my life, being like almost 2 years. That's very new into a craft. So I'm gonna let him continue to go. He's spitting though.
Aware and recognize the massive potential and opportunities sitting right in front of you. But you know what else is massive? We are now living in the most resource-rich era of all time. There's no excuse for being ignorant or stagnant. You want to make more money? Lots of money-making opportunities are everywhere. You want to learn coding, public speaking, singing, dancing, drawing, editing, animating, writing, talking to girls, touching grass? Free tutorials exist. You want to get better at anything? Google it. Even if it's not always accurate, you'll still learn something. Do you see it now? You're not struggling because there's a lack of opportunities. You're struggling because you're not grabbing them. And no, scrolling through success content isn't the same as actually taking action. You might be watching this video and listening to my advice, but are you actually putting in the work? Stop being a boring, passive consumer of inspiration and start being an active participant in your own life. That being said, there's still one problem. You see, people avoid taking real action because of this one particular idea of balance. You've been sold this idea that you can balance everything perfectly: work, life, growth, rest. Actually, it's not that easy, and it's kind of overrated too. If you want something badly enough, you have to let other things slide, collapse, descend, plummet. That doesn't mean burning out, but it does mean prioritizing like your life depends on it, because it kind of does. You're not going to achieve your goals by squeezing them into the cracks of your schedule. They need to be front and center, not an afterthought. And in order to be able to do that, you need to answer one big question. Am I really trying? Because it's easy to say you're trying, but are you really? Or are you just dabbling? There's a difference between effort and consistent effort. One gets you short-term results, if that, and the other transforms your life. Be honest with yourself. If you're not where you want to be, is it because the world is against you? Or is it because you are not fully in that mentality? Are you because you're the lamest? Or are you the lamest because you're you? You can't half commit and then expect full results. I'm not saying this is someone perfect, because I'm not, but I can confidently say I'm the best version of myself that I've ever been. And a big part of that is because I stopped waiting for life to hand me success and started forcing it. Anyways, my point
He's still
is, if I
spitting.
could do that,
He about to close this off, but I'm gonna add my little 2 cents in there. But he really talking about being honest with yourself, like not the outside stuff that's going on, because it's an excuse. You can find an excuse for anything. I didn't go to the gym because my knee is achy. I didn't eat right because health foods are so expensive, or grocery prices, this and that. Instead of trying to find a solution, there's an excuse for anything. I didn't I didn't do my best at work today because I only got 5 hours of sleep. It's an excuse for anything. And like I found myself using those excuses. Like it's much easier to go through a drive-through and find and get Wendy's than it is to go home and make like a nutritious meal and track your calories and do all that stuff. It's just much easier to lay on the couch than hop on a treadmill and knock your cardio out, or just be active, or do some push-ups, or take a walk, do anything, clean your room, folding your laundry. It's anything. You could make an excuse for any of those things. But is are you being honest about why you're not doing it? And I feel like the honesty with yourself is gonna set you free. That's better. That's better than me than saying the truth will set you free. That will too. But the truth with yourself, and knowing yourself, and knowing why you on some BS, and then actioning that BS, troubleshooting that BS, is where you gonna feel your freest.
if I could do that, what's the reason you can't? I mean, I'm pretty sure you and I are not so different. Look, this is just a wake up call, a reminder. I'm not going to end this by saying something cheesy like, you've got this. You might not have this. That's up to you. But what I can say is that if you decide to lock in, like really lock in, 2025 can be the year you stop saying, next year will be my year for real, and start saying, this year is mine. The world isn't going to fix itself for you. It's gray and colorless, and that sucks. But you're smart, you're strong, you're adaptable, and most of all, you're a cutie pie. You can fix yourself. And maybe that'll bring a little color back into everything else too. So, are you in? Or are we having the same conversation next year? I mean, you tell me.
I say don't wait on a year or a particular moment, or like he said, something to line up. Just start. Just start. Don't wait on it. Even and then write it down. I got this whiteboard behind me. Um he said it was a call to action. I'm not about to say nothing motivational. I'm about to tell you what to do, or what I do. Everything I had a plan for, whether it was content or working out, I put on that big whiteboard behind me. I wrote it down, and I this is my office. I walk in here, and I will look at it all the time. Whether I was executing or not, that plan was there for me to start over, whether I was starting from square one or I was at square 17. The same plan was sitting there. But shout out to him for this video, man. That was a nice little reset for me, because January over, the nice little new year thing is going on. We on month 2. So again, I'm not gonna give you like a year of time frame to do it. Just start building your foundation. That's not motivational. That's me telling you what to do and what I do. So until next time, peace.